Jaxon Smith-Njigba will thrive in the NFL and with the Seattle Seahawks. And it's very baffling to me that teams like the Green Bay Packers, the New England Patriots, and the New York Jets did not draft Jaxon Smith-Njigba because I felt those teams could have used a wide receiver to help improve their team. And Jaxon Smith-Njigba was arguably the best wide receiver in his draft class. He's very, very smooth. A little bit of a finesse player, I will say. So that's one question I have for Jaxon in the NFL is, can he beat physical NFL defensive backs consistently? But to me, I believe he can, because what I saw on tape is Jaxon Smith-Njigba just has a knack for getting open. And he can really stretch out the defense. He's a great deep threat. He will make big plays down the field. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, if you pair him with DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett with an improved Geno Smith throwing him the football, I think Jaxon Smith-Njigba is going to do wonders as a playmaker and an X factor for the Seattle Seahawks. I firmly believe that. I believe he's going to have a very good NFL career just because he's a great route runner, doesn't always just rely solely on his athleticism to get open. And that's usually where you see successful wide receivers, is guys that don't have to run a 4-3 in order to get open. They get open based off of skill set, technique, studying film, and great route running ability. And again, I think Jaxon Smith-Njigba's overall athleticism and just athletic traits are underrated as well. And the Seattle Seahawks, you can't think of a much better situation, because let's just say for whatever reason in a couple of years, DK Metcalf or Tyler Lockett aren't on the team anymore. Now you have a guy in Jaxon Smith-Njigba who you can lock up and build around for the future. It's kind of like the Green Bay Packers didn't realize that, okay, there could be a world potentially where Davante Adams doesn't play in a Green Bay Packers uniform anymore, and they got burned. You can never have enough great wide receivers, in my opinion. And I think that it was an excellent move by the Seattle Seahawks, snagging Jaxon Smith-Njigba and getting him in the NFL draft. And let me just tell you right now, I know the Chargers are sick to their stomach that the Seattle Seahawks were one pick ahead of them and they didn't get their hands on Jaxon Smith-Njigba. And the Seattle Seahawks are a great destination for Jaxon just because we saw DK Metcalf be this super talented guy that I actually argued was the best wide receiver in his draft class. And that's proven to be a pretty good take by me when you look at it, although Terry McLaurin probably is better than DK Metcalf at this point. But the point is, I felt DK would be awesome, and he's been awesome. But a big reason why he was awesome so well out the gate was because the Seattle Seahawks allowed DK Metcalf to do the things that he does well, which is run by people and stretch the defense. And that's what Jaxon Smith-Njigba can do. They're going to get the ball in his hands, let him make plays, and they're going to allow him to stretch defenses and beat teams over the top. And I believe it is a great combination. I can't wait to see what Jaxon Smith-Njigba does with the Seattle Seahawks and as far as his NFL career is concerned.